Is Dave Filoni hinting that Sabine Wren is Force sensitive? Welcome back to the channel, Senators. We have to discuss this wild, crazy theory circling the internet. I recently polled the community asking whether you Senators believe the Mandalorian, Sabine Wren, is Force sensitive. 48% of Senators say that Sabine Wren is absolutely Force sensitive, which I think is wild, and has enormous implications for the Ahsoka show and Star Wars moving forward. There even seems to be some debate between Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni on this. When Jon mentions he could argue Sabine is a Jedi, Dave is quick to shut him down. So what does this all mean? Lucasfilm has dropped numerous clues in the recent Ahsoka trailer leading fans to believe Sabine is in fact Force sensitive. The most notable of these clues is when she refers to Ahsoka as Master. It's curious that she would call Ahsoka Master if they were just friends. Sabine likely received some form of training from Ahsoka, who is a Jedi. Why did Dave Filoni and Lucasfilm put this in the trailer? It would be smart to generate conversation in the fandom, but is there any depth to this? Here's what I think. I do think Ahsoka trained Sabine to some degree. I think this is an excellent way to explain what Ahsoka was doing during the events of the original trilogy, which has been a question fans have had since Star Wars Rebels. Not only would it explain where Ahsoka was during the original trilogy, but it would also explain what Sabine was up to. We are led to believe she was just chilling on Lothal, protecting Ezra's beloved city, but I'm sure she was doing other things, like training with Ahsoka. Now, although she may have trained with Ahsoka, I don't think she's Force sensitive. I do, however, believe Sabine likes the idea of being Force sensitive. When she refers to Ahsoka as Master, I think she did receive Jedi training from Ahsoka. However, this training likely focused on Jedi principles and lightsaber combat techniques, just as she was taught by Kanan Jarrus, rather than using the Force itself. The idea is fascinating to me, that one could learn the ways of the Jedi and what it means to be a Jedi even if they can't wield the Force. Sabine is interested in the ways of the Jedi as we hear her listening to a recorded message from Ezra Bridger, where he explains what it takes to be a Jedi. But as we know, Sabine Wren is a Mandalorian, and Mandalorians and Jedi don't really get along. It might be difficult for Sabine to abandon her Mandalorian culture and tendencies and adopt a new philosophy. I could see Sabine getting frustrated with her inability to learn how to use the Force, and perhaps Ahsoka caught on to her anger, which is why she stops training Sabine and seemingly abandons her. This is hinted at when Ahsoka says, "Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine." In addition, I think this is hinted at further during The Mandalorian Season 2, when Ahsoka is quick to turn down training Grogu. I always thought this was interesting. Did you all think it was strange how quick she was to give up on Grogu at first? It just didn't seem like Ahsoka, but I think her relationship with Sabine would shed light on this, and go to show that Anakin's turn to the dark side had an impact on her perception of training and what it takes to be a Jedi. I truly think Sabine wants to be Force sensitive. She could see this as her way of connecting with Ezra, who we believe to be in the New Beyond, in an attempt to save him. But what if I'm wrong? 48% of senators who voted do believe she is Force sensitive. There were some rumors swirling that in extended footage, I believe shown at Star Wars Celebration, we see a character attempting to use the Force. That character is presumed to be Sabine Wren. And we hear in the trailer Shin Hati, the dark side assassin and Padawan of Dark Jedi Master Baylan Skoll, tell Sabine that she has no power. What is she referring to here? Is she referring to Sabine's inability to use the Force? We see Sabine use Ezra's lightsaber in the trailer, which does not necessarily imply she is Force sensitive, as we see her training with Kanan Jarrus with the Darksaber in Star Wars Rebels. But it does certainly make you question, is she Force sensitive? If Dave Filoni is trying to stir a conversation, he is definitely succeeding. Obviously fans are divided when it comes to whether or not we believe Sabine is Force sensitive, but I think an even better question is, do we want Sabine to be Force sensitive? Let me know in the comments. I would prefer Sabine not be Force sensitive, but I'm open to seeing what Dave Filoni does with Sabine's character. I do trust him, and if she does end up being a Force wielder, I think it would be really cool. I just hope it's done right. What do you guys think? Will you be happy if Sabine is Force sensitive? Do you think it could shed light on what Ahsoka was up to during the original trilogy? And do you think this makes sense for Sabine's character? Fans have wanted to see a Mandalorian Jedi, and that is a Jedi who uses the Force for some time now. This could be the perfect opportunity.